Alright, so today we're going to be talking about operations with negative numbers. So, surprisingly to most of you, I'm sure, negative numbers are numbers which are less than 0. We use them for a number of things, such as temperature scales. So, if we have, say, negative 5 degrees Celsius, that's quite cold. Negative 20 degrees Celsius, quite cold. Negative 273 degrees Celsius is getting close to something that we call absolute zero of temperature. We also use it for financial records. You may in the future have a bank account that unfortunately is in negative dollars, which means that you would owe money to somebody, or sometimes a business runs at a loss for a certain period of time, and that means that they have a negative amount of dollars. Also, electric charge is something that uses negative numbers. For instance, electrons in an atom have a negative charge, and protons in an atom have a positive charge, and the exchange of some of those things is what creates ions, which helps chemical reactions happen and all kinds of stuff. Right, let's have a look at using the number line. So remember the old number line where we have 0 going up this way, so this is positive x, and here we have negative x. So it's not surprising that down this way here are negative numbers, and up this end we have the positive numbers. Okay, so maybe that helps you to visualize it a little bit. And remember that when we use our number line, you move this way to add, and you move this way when you're subtracting. Now, not necessarily into the negative numbers. You can subtract and still stay positive. And you can also add and still stay negative. But when we subtract, we move this way in the line. When we add, we move this way. Right. That is going to change a little though. So, looking at adding and subtracting negative numbers. The main thing to think of is if you are adding and subtracting a negative number, you do the opposite operation. Now, for instance, let's have a look at something like 3 plus negative 4. Okay, now see how I've put my negative sort of up a little bit so it's not going to be confused with a subtraction sign. Right, 0, 1, 2, 3, and might need some down here. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So I'm starting at 3. Now, usually if I was adding, you would sort of go this way. But because I'm adding a negative number, it means I'm going to have to go this way. So I add a negative amount and I add 4 of it, going this way. So this is adding negative 4. And I end up at negative 1. Okay? Right. What about, though, it's important, though, that you don't think that this is the same, like if we had negative 4 plus 3, right? Just because the negative 4 is here, you're not going to do the opposite operation. So you don't change this to a subtract, because this plus belongs to this number here, right? So this would be negative 4 plus a positive number. This one was 3 plus a negative number. So let's have a look. Negative 4 is down here. If we started there and we added 3, we're going to end up 1, 2, 3 at negative 1. So that works, okay? Alright, so don't think that you switch it just because there's a negative number involved. It's only if that's the one being added or subtracted, okay? Right, the subtraction is where some of you could get a little unstuck. So let's say negative, okay, let's just go 5, take negative 4. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, so we're starting at 5 and we're taking, which you usually go this way, but because we're taking a negative number, you do the opposite operation. So it turns into 5 plus 4, and we end up here at 9. Okay, so 5 minus negative 4 is equal to 9. So that might seem weird that we're subtracting and getting a bigger number, but because we're subtracting a negative number, we have to do the opposite operation. Okay? Right, let's have a look at another one. We had negative 6 take negative 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. So this is negative 5 here. Positive 5 and 0. So we're at negative 6. We've been asked to take, which is usually this way, but because we're taking a negative number, we have to go the other way, and we go the other way 10. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to 4. So negative 6 take negative 10 is equal to 4. So you'll get plenty of opportunity to practice those, but the main thing you need to remember is that if you are adding and subtracting a negative number, you do the opposite operation. Right, multiplication and division with negative numbers. So if both numbers are the same sign, you will have a positive answer. Okay? So positive times positive is positive. Positive divided by positive is positive. Negative times a negative is positive. Negative divided by negative is positive. Okay? So for instance, 6 times 4 is 24. 12 divided by 6 is 2. Negative 6 times negative 4, or negative 6 times negative 6 is 36. Negative 36 divided by negative 4 is 9. Okay, so if both things have the same number, sorry, the same sign, then you will end up with a positive number. Okay, right. If both numbers have the opposite signs, then you will have a negative answer. So positive times negative is negative. Positive divided by a negative number, negative answer. Negative times a positive gets you a negative answer. Negative divided by positive gets you a negative answer. So if we had 6 times negative 4 is negative 24. 12 divided by negative 2 is negative 6. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12, and negative 36 divided by 9 is equal to negative 4. Okay, so if they have the opposite signs, you will end up with a negative answer. If they have the same signs, then you will end up with a positive answer. Okay, that's the only thing you have to remember about that. Okay, you'll have plenty of opportunity to practice this, and I will help you very much with it, because it is an extremely important thing for you to be able to grasp quite confidently for you to do well in the rest of your mathematics. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that video, and please come with any extra questions that you have. Thank you.